Hello everybody, welcome to UK Gaming Network. I'm Zoidberg, and welcome back to part 6 of my countdown of the top 100 games to add to your A500 Mini. We're into the top 50 now, so there's going to be some really good games coming up. I'd just like to restate that this is actually purely my opinion and nobody else's. So if you agree with my choices, then great. But without further ado, let's get on with the top 50.
It cannot be understated how much of a technical marvel Jimmy White's Whirlwind Snooker was in 1991. The smooth 3D graphics are not the only thing that impresses though. Playing the game manages to be both in-depth and simple at the same time thanks to an interface that's incredibly easy to use. If 8-ball is more of your cup of tea though, just play Archie McLean's Pool instead, which is pretty much the same game. If you thought Super Stardust was a product of PlayStation, think again. The acclaimed series of twin-stick shooters actually began life as a brilliant Asteroids clone on the Amiga, but one with some of the best graphics ever to grace the system. With a thumping soundtrack and plenty of variety in both enemy types and power-ups, it's much more than just a graphical showpiece too. Base jumpers is a concept so simple, it's a surprise that nobody thought of it sooner. Players race their way to the top of a tower before jumping off the top and racing down the outside again, aiming to be the last one to open their parachute. Dirty tactics to achieve victory are encouraged, and up to 4 human players can take part, making for a very entertaining multiplayer experience. Broken Sword developer, Revolution Software, hit the ground running with their first game, Lure of the Temptress. It featured a system called Virtual Theatre, where a lot of the game's NPCs would go about their lives whether you were there or not. It gave life and atmosphere to the adventure that most other point-and-click games couldn't match. And it's got a great story too. Overkill is an unashamedly brilliant Defender clone that starts off simply replicating the gameplay of the Williams arcade classic before throwing in new and more challenging enemy types as the levels progress. The game was developed purely for the A1200, allowing for some fantastic smooth graphics, including some truly awesome explosions, but ultimately it's the gameplay that will keep you hooked. After turning both bubbles and rainbows into weapons, why not a multicoloured umbrella? Parasol Stars is the third adventure to star Bubby and Bobby. Yes, the 2-player mode returns, and is once again a game with infectious joy running right through it. From the gloriously toe-tapping music to the bright colourful graphics, it's impossible to play without grinning from ear to ear. Once you get over the disappointment that Lotus Turbo Challenge ditches the circuit racing and championships of the first game in favour of a more arcade-like ticking clock, you'll soon start to love it anyway. There are 8 distinct levels to race through, including fog, snow and desert, and of course the split-screen 2-player mode returns and is the best way to play. If you're tired of all the copy-paste shoot-em-ups, try this one for size. Apidia swaps out all the spaceships and aliens for wasps, snails, beetles and butterflies, making for one of the most colourful entries in the genre, although the weapon system is ripped straight out of the Gradius series. Don't expect an easy ride though, this is hard as nails from the moment it starts and doesn't let up. Rough and Tumble takes your average blonde-haired, blue-eyed platform hero and tools him up with all the high-powered weaponry it can lay its hands on. The result is a great-looking, loud, explosion-filled treat. It always felt harder than it needed to be with the single-button joystick, but being able to redefine the controls gives it a new lease of life. Just when you thought that the Amiga was never going to have a truly great beat-em-up to call its own, up popped Fighting Spirit. It owes a heavy debt to Neo Geo brawlers such as Fatal Fury, and the action looks great and is consistently smooth. The 2-button joystick controls are fantastic to use, and it just makes you wish that this developer had been handed the Street Fighter 2 conversions.
That's another 10 games down, only 40 to go now. I hope I've shed some light on some games that you probably didn't know about already, and reminded you of others. If you've found something to play, then do let me know in the comments. Make sure you give us a like and subscribe so that you won't miss out on the next part of this countdown. And just a quick reminder that I'll be live streaming most of these games over on my Twitch channel. If you search for UKGN Zoidberg over there, or click the link in the description below, then that's how you'll find me over on there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I'll see you all again very soon. Bye for now.